Well, Haven, that's not a Yak-1B that I'm seeing on the screen. No, that's a Yak-7B, and I actually shoot that guy down. Today, we're talking about the Yak-1B, the German premium variant. In just a minute, you're going to see why I thought I was going to crack this thing out of the dust and take it for a spin in some low-tier madness. I have not played this premium very much. I knew it was strong, I knew it was fun, but I just haven't really given it the attention it deserves. It is only a rank 2 premium, but I'm telling you guys, if you're looking to grind the German tech tree and you are familiar with Yaks, this is absolutely a monster prop. Let's get into it. What you're seeing on screen is the beginning of the end for me. I'm being chased by a Yak-1B and also a slew of other ones, but the Yak-1B is what gets me. I tried to get him to overspeed, I tried to get him to rip his wings off, and then I tried to take him into a sharp turn, one turn that I thought he might not be able to follow. He followed quite easily and shot me down really quickly. So this is what inspired me to go ahead and take my German Yak-1B out for a spin. And unfortunately, a bunch of seals paid the price. A bunch of seal cups paid the price. Because I've beat the ever-living crap out of this entire enemy team. And you guys are going to ride along and you're going to watch me do it. So if you don't want to see war crimes on low-tier players, I suggest that you just like, subscribe, write a comment, and say something like, "I'm sorry I couldn't see this murder on screen." No, YouTube, I'm not actually murdering anyone. It's a digital game where I get kills. But if you don't want to see me beat up on some low tier players, I don't blame you. I don't like doing it. That's probably the reason why I don't play this plane very often, because it's just unfair. So if you're a newer player and you need all the unfair advantages that you possibly can get, this might be a good option for you. So as you can see here at the beginning, we've climbed, we've reached about 3,500 meters, and I'm taking a head-on with a P-38E. I spray in the head-on, I do a sliding head-on. It's not recommended that you take head-ons with the Yak-1B, and I just roll around to where that F6F can't follow me. But I got my hits on that American P-38. It cost me a lot of ammo, and ammo is something you want to watch on these planes. But this guy just loses object permanence with me, and he just, I don't know what he's doing here. But he goes up. Bad idea for him, and with this being my first game in the Yak, you'll have to forgive me, I do spray quite a bit, but that guy, he goes down at the cost of way too much ammunition. But at this point, I've cleared up top, and I've got the whole enemy team below me with 53 cannon rounds. So we're going to do what you need to do in this situation. You're going to start diving down to help your team, and you're going to start picking the targets that you want. I do have to pull out of the dive even with the throttle completely off, because you will rip your wings off. So keep an eye on that. Watch your speed. And then I have just slotted in behind this group of flares. This F2A looks good. I'm finally starting to get the guns figured out. It cost me another like 15 cannon rounds. F2A goes down, and we go back up. The A20G there thinks he's going to follow me. He's not going to follow me. I do have to make sure I'm paying attention, dodge around, roll around a little bit. There's no way he can follow, and I kind of play it like an American prop here, and then eventually I come back around. You'll notice there in the Yak-1B, I don't have to gain as much altitude to turn back around. I can just, throw this thing in a 180, and I've got plenty of engine power low down here on the deck. Finally, the F6F goes and puts it in the ground, and now I'm looking for new targets. So one of the things you'll see that I'm doing here is I am still climbing. I do want to come in with a lot of speed so that I can exit with a lot of speed. So while I have an opportunity to gain altitude while no one is engaging me, I'm going to gain altitude. We turn around, we try and identify who's our next target. There's so many choices here available to us. You want to kind of stay fluid in these situations and see what sort of target appears in front of you. And in this case, it's going to be the Spitfire directly in front of me. I do want to get the Spitfire out of the game. They are dangerous. Spray, take his wingtip off, and then eventually take out his pilot. And then we're making use of the speed that we were talking about before. I am making distance on him, but it's better for me to just throw it into a turn here. He cannot follow. He is going to compress. I will not compress, and I can just hold this horizontal rape fight right here. Yak-1B is not going to run out of energy. That P39, the longer this goes, the more he's losing energy. He seems to recognize that, so he's trying to dive out. I'm just going to follow him, and because now I can catch him. He really cannot get away here. He tries to throw it in another turn. I get him caught on fire with a couple spray, and he's going to go down. So it's really low tier bullying. If you know how to fly the Yak-1B, if you are reasonably competent in the game, you're just going to bully these teams, especially on the deck where I have the most engine power and sort of the most options. No one was really pressing me the whole time, and I just got to kind of do whatever I wanted to. I've already got an ace in this game. I've already got an ace. I do have 7 cannon rounds left, so at this point I'm looking to get back to base. I think that P39 is usually the one thing that he does have available to him. I mean, don't get me wrong, P39 is a fantastic vehicle, but he's good and far away from me, so he's just going to land it. So we're going to take a break. I do end up going back and repairing, and then we'll come back out when I come back out from there. So as you can see, we are taking back off. I only have one teammate remaining to me, and it is the Doe 217 bomber. He's ground pounding, which is excellent. Also pay attention to the comments, the chat there. The only Soviet weakness of these planes is the lack of ammo, and that's why I had to RTB. So keep an eye on it, keep your burst short. I am watching this Doe 217. I try and let him know that he's about to get jumped. I don't think he's paying attention. Another tip that I think you guys all know, but I'm going to harp on it here. Make sure that you climb off the runway even in the late game. It will benefit you greatly. Even if you just get up to like 1,500 meters, you should kind of treat it like the beginning of a brand new game. Unfortunately, that P39 shoots down my bomber, and I am by myself. I'm going to go ahead and jump on the opportunity to go ahead and pop an order. I want to be the one that pops the order. They're going to be looking for me, so I want to pop the order so they don't do it to me, because I want the element of surprise as much as possible. I know there's about 3 of them left, and I'm going to get in the clouds, because at this point I know where that P39 is, and now due to Avenger I know where the other P40 is, and we're just going to be heading towards them. I'm going to stay in the clouds as much as possible. I don't want them to get a good view on me as I am by myself. And this is what I was talking about earlier, guys. I am seal clubbing. These guys are, most of them aren't even level 15. So I don't want you guys to, you know, like this guy's level 9 and he's doing the best on their team. So don't take this, I mean, like I could do this in any plane pretty much, but it is incredibly easy to do in the Yak-1B. So if you're looking for silver lines, which is what I'm looking for here, I'm kind of low on my silver lines balance, then the Yak-1B is an excellent option for this. So we're climbing. I've got a good read on where all 3 of them are. One of them's ground pounding, so I'm just going to continue to climb. So we are just closing the gap. The guy who's got the most altitude is going to be my #1 priority because he's going to have the most energy. So he gets selected. He is coming at me he's flying directly at me, which is fantastic. I angle up. I want him to, I have a stronger engine, probably a stronger climb at this altitude, and I want him to be higher. I don't want to engage him lower. I want to take this higher and slower because I don't want the other 2 to get involved. I do that little oblique angle off, and then last minute decide I want to take a long distance spray, and I kind of want to rewind that and show you where to put the cursor at like 1.3 kilometers out. It's pretty consistent with these guns. The other guy, as expected, is coming after me. I'm just going to fly over the top of him. He had to waste a lot of energy to get up to me. I'm going to throw the flaps down, which I really don't need. I'm just going to come around. I've got the energy. He's now trying to get away. It's not going to happen. I've got such good nose authority. I get a crit, which basically takes his tail off, and he goes into a spin. I know he's not going to recover from that spin, which allows me to now focus on the last remaining enemy, which is this P40 that is ground pounding. So last guy, I just want to let him remain oblivious. I want him to continue doing what he's doing, because if he's doing that, he's not paying attention to me. We're going to fly right over the top of him and just slot ourselves in behind. Sometimes I think these guys are bots. I don't even know. But he finally seems to notice me after I shoot at him, and he tries to make a turn, but it's over, guys. And there we go. Take his tail and shoot him down, and that is an 8-kill game in the Yak-1B. Check it out if you haven't looked into it. If you're looking for a Silver Lions grinder, it's not maybe the best Silver Lions grinder, but it's super dead brain easy. This thing just has power for days. And that's it, guys, for this video. It happened really quick. I hope you were paying attention. I was struggling to talk fast enough for what was happening. If you're still here and you haven't smashed that like, subscribe button, please go ahead and do so. Share this video out with your buds if they're thinking about buying the Yak-1B. That's it, YouTube. See ya.